welcome to my house. Buck here. You're fishing with Uncle Buck. Today we're going to talk about the boats and the kayaks that we have access to here in Fishing Planet. There's quite a few, actually. Quite a few. What we've got in the rundown. I'm going to try to make this video as quick as I can. But there's a lot of data in here, and it's taken me a long time. I've been compiling to build this video since I started playing this game a year ago. So I'm down to one last boat that I gotta get, but by the time I finish this series of boat performance videos, there's gonna be a couple of them. I'm gonna run through the overall thing right now with this one. We're gonna run down through all the boats and what have you. And then I'm going to cut up some short videos because we're not going to do them on the kayaks. We're just basically going to do them on the bass boats. I'm going to take each boat individually and give you a short reel on that, on how they look out there fishing when you're standing on them, when you're fishing, catching a couple of fish. So with that being said, let's jump over to the mega store. All right, what do we have here? Well, boats. We've got 13 kayaks, of which there are 4 different types. We've got 11 motorboats in this game, of which there are 3 different types. We've got 5 bass boats in this game, of which there is only 1 type. Alright, so let's take on the kayaks first. Let's take a look at these kayaks. What you got here in the store. Now we've got 13 kayaks, there's 4 different types. I'm just going to show you we're going to go through the store, and then I'm going to jump over to where all my stats are at. We're going to look at the stats on all these boats. So you basically end up with 4 kayaks. They're all pretty much the same price, $22. This one's a little cheaper. That's the one to go for, actually. Now you got the golden albatross here that you get. This kayak actually it's the 7755, which is the Silver Gull Adventure. Now what you're going to learn in this video here, guys, is that you do not want the fast kayaks. They are terrible. Your durability is no good in them. You can go fast for 10 feet and then you have to rest because you're depleted in your durability. Now the durability, and which would be nice but then it would kind of ruin the game, I guess, if they gave you the durability on these things before you bought them. But you don't know what the durability is until you buy the damn thing. Then you find out. And there's a big difference in these kayaks, and that's why I said some of them are junk, completely junk, and some of them are really good. And the ones that you think are going to be the good ones, i.e. the Silver Gull, which is quick, is not. He's a piece of junk. All right, so we're going to go through these kayaks. I got all the stats on them, so let's go take a look at the motorboats now. Now the motorboats, there's a lot of motorboats in this game, a lot of them. We've got 11. We got 13 kayaks too, though. So, and I'll tell you where all these kayaks are located to, where you can get it, because you only see 4 there, but there's 13 available in this game. Now here we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of the motorboats that you can buy in the mega store. All right, and there's 11 total. So we have basically a Lyra that adds to this. We have the FPS Firebird. We have the Apis. We have the Lupus. And we have the Draco. Now these are the other 4 boats that you can't buy in the store. You got to get them through DLCs. Okay, so that's the motorboats. Let's take a look at our bass boats. Now our bass boats, there's 3 bass boats. Really, there's only 2. The Gary Scott Phoenix is the Orion, only it's red, and you get to buy it at level 30 if you got 2,000 gold coins. So depending on whether you like green or red, if you don't want to spend the 2,000 and you like the green, well, wait till level 50 and then you can get this guy. Now quick off the bat to look at here. Now what's the difference between the 2 here then? Well, for one, you got a trolling motor on the Orion. You have no trolling motor on the Corvus. Okay, so there's a bummer right there. Now the Corvus is only a 200 horsepower. This guy's a 250 horsepower. This is 250. Like I said, the Phoenix and the Orion are the same boat, just different paint job. All right, guys. So there you go. There's our boats. This is what we're going to talk about. These are the ones that are available in the store. So if we hit the boats, this is what you've got available to you. And that's everything. Now, let's talk a little bit about the types of kayaks. Well, there's 4 different types. Actually, let me jump over. Let's go over. I want to set up my screen over here before I flop over there to make sure it's working all right. Let's pull this up. Let's go over here. Pull this guy up. Now, if I go here, you guys should be seeing a nice little green screen with a table in front of it. Now, these are my boats. If you look at the kayaks, and we'll look at the kayaks first. There's the Golden Albatross, the Neptune, the Tritone, the Silver Gull, the Blue Whale. Now the Blue Whale Enduro, the Sunfish Comfy, and the Red Fox Speedy. These 3 are available in a DLC. And that's the kayak DLC and the boats that you can buy. And I'll take you over there and show you where all these guys are at. Now the Red River Dragon, available in a DLC. This is the Topwater Kayak Cup, the Impetuous. You get that in the DLC. Now this is the Golden Kayak in the Golden Deluxe package. You got the Santa Sleigh, the Elvin, the Monstrosity. Now the Elvin, the Monstrosity, and the X Series Pro kayaks. And we'll talk about them as we walk down through here. They're only available in the competitions. So let's talk about the Golden Albatross. Okay, every one of these kayaks are the same length and width. All right. The only difference is how fast they go and their weight. That's pretty much it. And the durability. The durability is it. So we'll take a look at. I don't know what the Golden Albatross is. I did not buy that thing, but because it is the Silver Gull, I would imagine it's the same exact thing as the Silver Gull, except for the fact that its durability is, because you paid gold for it, is probably just a hair more. May not be, because there's an option here that one DLC is the same boat. The DLC for the Metalhead is the same boat as the Sagata, and the durability ain't any different, no nothing. So it's the same damn boat. All right, so. And of course the horsepower here is you. All right, so we've got 77 pound, 62 pound, 55 pound. That's basically, and I've got for the guys that aren't on the Imperial, you've got the kilograms over here and the kilometers per hour. All right, now, so you got, those are the 4 type. Basically you have a 77, a 62, a 55, and a 66. Now this Red River Dragon is the only kayak in there that's a 66 pound kayak at 5.5 mile an hour. The only one out of all of them that I can find anywhere. Okay. Now all these Elvin's monstrosities, they're all 55s, 55 pounders. Now the difference here is the X Pro Series is a 55 pounder that'll run 7 mile an hour. He's the only one that'll run 7 mile an hour. Out of all the kayaks, right? So you've got your durabilities over here on the right. So these are the ones that I own already. So I already know. So your normal ones out of the store, Mega Store, you're looking at 400 durability, 350, 300. Now when you buy that DLC that's got the 3 kayaks in them, of course you get the same 3 kayaks, but the durabilities are better. 750, 600, 400. All right, because the Neptune kayak right here, it is the Blue Whale. All right, the Triton is the Sunfish Comfy. Okay, now then you have the Red River Dragon. Now the Golden, I don't know, I don't have that one, and I have yet to get the Santa Sleigh, the rest of these here. So I can only imagine because of their weights, and I'm assuming this, of course, but I've got a lot to go off of here. So with that being said, I've already rated. I've got the gold medal winner out of all these kayaks. All of them is the Topwater Kayak Cup Impetuous. This thing's 850. I did it. I have this kayak. I went all over the place in that tournament, and it doesn't run out of heat. You don't run out of heat. You can get there quick if you need to zip it up with the shift key and get somewhere, and it recovers quick. This is he gets the gold medal. Now, out of all the, like I said, I've giving the gold medal to the DLCs. Now the Sunfish Comfy gets the silver medal, and the Blue Whale Enduro gets the bronze medal. And basically, and it's weird, even though the Blue Whale Enduro is got a 750 Enduro versus 750 durability versus the Sunfish Comfy 600, but because of the 62-pound versus the 77, you last longer in the Sunfish Comfy than you do in the Blue Whale. All right. Now, out of the 3 that we can buy in the store, the Tritone Adventure gets the gold medal, and the Neptune gets the silver. So I wouldn't even bother with the silver Gull. These guys that run 7.5 miles an hour, they're really not any good. They're not a good kayak. So I got to messing up there, Buck. Now don't do that. Okay, so that's what we got for the kayaks, guys. Now let's talk a little bit about these bass boats. Now they all differ, and I'm not going to tell you which ones go because they all have their own purpose, you know. And you look at the types of bass, the motorboats that we got. We've got 11 motorboats. There's basically 3 types. You've got aluminum, flat bottom, you've got the rubber, and then you've got the aluminum V-hulls. Okay, so the Sagata we're looking at, that's aluminum, flat bottom. Now I didn't buy every one of these boats. I bought the what was considered the best flat bottom boat in the store, and that's the one I bought and tested. I didn't need 3 of them. Okay, so we got the Him Sky, 1200 durability. There's the stats on him, the weight, his maximum speed I can get out of him is there. There's got a 10 horsepower on him. You can get him at level 34. Okay, there we go. Let's go. Make sure we're trying to get this in center. All right, level 34. So then you've got the Gary Scott Lynx, 1000 on the durability there. He can run 27 miles an hour, 35 horsepower, level 48. The Orion. Now the Orion, I love this bass boat. I think it's the best bass boat in the game, personally, for fishing. Now he'll run 46 miles an hour. Got a 250 horsepower on him. I love the front end on him. We'll talk about that when you check out my video on the Orion. We do, because I take you out on each one of these boats. I'm going to take you out there on the boats that I have and show you what it's like to fish on them. Some of them are nice to fish on. Some of them, there's a lot of boat there. I don't particularly care to fish off of them. Okay, so then you got the Firebird. Now, he is basically the Lynx. This is one of your rubber motor boats. However, he's got a 40 horsepower versus the 35, so he's the most beefed up rubber motor boat that we've got out there. He'll run 30 miles an hour. He's the fastest. And you have the Gary Scott Scorpius. He's got a 2500 durability, 23 footer, and now he's the 6 foot. Now the Orion 6'1" is actually wider than the Scorpius, and you can feel it. The Orion is more stable than that Scorpius is. It really is. When you're cutting around it fast and you're running fast, you can tell the difference. Now this Sagata is 6'7". You can really tell he hugs the water real nice. All right, he'll run 61 miles an hour. So for your bigger lakes, and this Sagata is very nice for cutting back into. He really handles the channels well with the wider bow. So very nice boat there, 2500. Now he's got 500 horsepower. He's got dual 250s on him. So there's a lot of power there. Now the Lyra. The Lyra is an aluminum V-hull. Okay, it's not a bass boat. That's a V-hull. It's a deep V-hull boat. It's a great boat. It'll turn on itself. It'll turn on a dime. It's great for being down at Maco in Peru. I'm probably going to take it over, use it a little bit in the Amazon too. I'd like to fish it over there a little bit. So I don't have a lot of video on the Lyra yet, because I just got down to Peru, but I bought that boat earlier, so I did use it up in California quite a bit, the Lyra, and I like to fish out of it. And she runs 27 miles an hour, same as the Lynx does. All right, 45 horsepower on him. Now we've got the GS Draco. I have not purchased that DLC yet. I don't have it. I got the stats on it, but I haven't run it through the mill. But he's got a 300 horsepower. Now he is, in my opinion, this is not a bass boat. This is not a fiberglass bass boat. This is an aluminum V-hull. Now with this one, is what they call, I think, I can't really see the bottom of it so bad, but I'm seeing the way it looks, and usually open bows like that are what's called a tri-hull. So they got a larger hull in the middle and then two smaller hulls on each side. That's what I think it is, but like I said, I'm not sure. But that's definitely not a bass boat. It's a fishing boat. All right, guys. Well, that's the story that we got right here, right now. So let's get back to live over here. Let's go back to me, and I can turn this thing down here. All right, there we go. So that covers all the boats. Now, what I wanted to show you, right before we get done here, let me get my mouse over here. If you go over to Premium, let's get over here live. Okay, go over to Premium, go to your boat packs. Now here's, like I said, this is where you can pick up the kayaks, your three, the blue whale, the red comfy, whatever that is, and the sunfish comfy right here. This is your, let me turn my note over. This is the lupus boat. This actually is the lynx. So if you want to pay, if you don't want to wait till the lynx is available to you, you can jump on this one and get the lynx, the best boat in the game, right away for $35. And then of course there's the Lyra, and you got the Metalhead, is the same boat as the Flagman, Sagada. There's your Scorpius. I keep hitting my mouse button on my keyboard. All right, so you got your Scorpius, you got your Sagada there, Gary Scott, and then of course Gary Scott Draka. So I think, oops, there we go. So that covers pretty much all of our boats. Like I said, these smaller ones, the only real difference in them is the horsepower, so how fast they're going to run. So if you can grab something up like this at level 40, your first rubber boat, the Ares, that's for $112,000. That's much better than the $150,000 waiting to level 48 to get this guy. But if you want the best in them, you got to wait till you got to do your time and get up there. And it's well worth waiting for this, the Orion. I'll tell you guys, it's probably, it doesn't have all that big speed that the Sagada has, and it's not fancy like the Scorpius. But if you're not buying DLCs, this is the boat you want. And I fish on this boat more than I fish on the other two DLCs. I use the other two when I do videos. They're fast and they look good for in the videos. But when I'm out by myself, I don't use that big set. I use something that I like to fish. This boat is so comfortable. You're right up at the tip of the boat. It's better fishing. That's all I can say. It's better fishing. All right, guys. I think I hammered everything out, everything that we got. We looked at all the stats. You can see for yourself. Now, I've tested them all, so you can see for yourself where it all falls down at. With that, I want to thank you for watching. I hope this helps you out. At least now you got a good idea. If you didn't, there's a lot of information out there, and like I said, you don't see the durabilities. So especially that bites you with the kayaks, because the durability is everything there. All right, fellas. I want to thank you for watching. Remember, hit the like button for me. Maybe even subscribe. Get to find out something early. All right, follow me on Facebook. Never, ever give up the fight. See you later.